Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. You're at the Cryptopolitan. I'm Satoshi Sean. Thanks for stopping by. Uh, Thank you very much for all the subscriptions. Our channel's really growing. We've only been around for about a month and a half or so, and the channel's growing really fast. If it's your first time here, please hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications. We do news videos every day, at least one a day, and also a weekend report. No matter what, whether you're subscribe, not subscribe, man, woman, child, hit this, crush the like button. It really helps us out. Let's jump into it and head over to the Cryptopolitan. A few things to go over. The first thing is it bothers me a lot. It's kind of more of a personal news story. Um, it's about the project MOBU and ICO bench. Now, I've been advisor on quite a few projects, and been a team member on some projects. Well, I guess an advisor is a team member, but not just an advisor as a member of the team. Anyway, there was a complaint received that MOBU had used this guy's picture and said that he was a lead advisor, and he was not. They put him in the white paper. There's a whole lot of, it's a huge story with a lot of drama, but the main thing is the use of people's identity and reputation when it comes to getting people into the space or getting people into that project from the space. And I mean, you could, pull a couple $100 million off that when the person's not involved in it. And then if it's an exit scam, there's really not a lot of time for you to find it out. So definitely always check that out. But the other part I wanted to go over is ICO bench. I really don't like ICO bench that much anymore. And I remember ICO bench. I mean, you kind of have to be in this industry to have your, it's part of your credentials. But their practices are not that cool. They're a little shady. Also, at Mazix, for transparency, I'm connected with them. I have worked with them. My buddy had worked with them actually on MOBU, and he got shafted and hosed by MOBU. So he got shafted and hosed by MOBU. It's not funny. I'm sorry about that, Lee. But I haven't worked with them, I think, this year. And I think that part of it really wasn't. It was more MOBU than it was them. But they are connected with ICO bench, and like I said, I don't like the ICO bench's policies. You can, if you're a project and you pay ICO bench, you can usually get a higher rating than a lot of the other rating websites out there and rating companies. So their credibility to me is not, even though they're kind of the lead in the space, they're kind of the standard. I think they've lost a lot of their credibility because a lot of the things that have been exposed. Here's one of the things that are being exposed. So here's a question: where would so many users come out all of a sudden with negative thumbs down on this, while others, out on others, the ICOs have a natural 1 to 3 thumbs up, thumbs down from fake accounts, from Amazix itself. Probably Amazix was part of it because MOBU did hose everybody that was involved with it. Obviously, one or both. Now, it doesn't end there. What is the relationship between Amazix and ICO bench? Does ICO bench influence everything on the platform working together with Amazix? ICO bench, they do have a lot of power. Why would the first review that was written by Yaroslav, who's the guy that got his identity stolen and put on as a top advisor, why would the review that was written by him disappear in no time? And why would all the people that wrote a negative review on MOBU get their expert status revoked by ICO bench, while others who wrote positive reviews got their expert status intact, even if they violated various terms of service of ICO bench? Just another reason why, if you're looking at an ICO or IEO or ISO, yeah, always look for more than one rating, especially if it's just ICO bench. And also click on it. click on the rating and check it on their actual site to make sure that it's not just a fake rating put up on the website. And also the rating can change. It'll be 5 stars or 4 stars on the site. If you click on it, it's been lowered to 3 because something happened. Something like this happened. One of the advisors, one of the team members, left. So always, once again, do your own diligence. Spend too much time on this. All right. Next, Florida. We put a story out on this. The Cryptopolitan. When was it? It's about a week or two ago. Cryptopolitan report on June 21st. So that's about a week ago. Florida's Riviera Beach. The town was hacked, and the whole city's computer systems have been held hostage by hackers, and they wanted a demand of over $500,000 in Bitcoin, which the city has now paid. Which, in my opinion, is the wrong thing to do. But when it comes to kind of antiquated systems that a lot of municipalities and other government agencies have, there's not really anything they can do to combat it or fight it once they've lost it. They either have to scrap it and start over, which, honestly, if it costs $1 million to scrap it and start over, you should do that, even if it'll cost more money. Because if not, you're inviting more of the same. But in a piece of heartbreaking news, the popular beach destination of Florida has finally caved into its hackers' demand and paid them $600,000 worth of Bitcoins in hopes that the cyber terrorists would finally release the control over the city's systems. Of course, why would you ask for Bitcoin? Literally one of the most trackable, but okay. I think there's something here about Baltimore. They got hit for a bunch. They lost $940,000 because they're going to rebuild the servers from scratch. And also, even though Florida paid $600,000 to these hackers, they don't have to release anything. They don't have to do anything. It's not like it's on a smart contract or anything. It just automatically institutes that they have to actually release it. They could ask for another $400,000. So, and a lot of cybersecurity firms and that whole industry is really pissed about this because it invites more of the same. More on Quadriga CX. I had done a story the other day on Ernst & Young was doing a investigation into everything, and they found so much impropriety, so much crap. I talked about this, the whole time it was going on weeks ago. The CEO died of diarrhea in India, Crohn's disease. Anyway, I don't think he's dead. I said that I didn't think he was dead then. I said that he stole a bunch of the money that was missing, which I was right. He stole it. I don't think he's dead. If he is dead, he was murdered. That's what I think. It's my opinion, which I've been right so far because Ernst & Young found that he stole at least $163 million, and his wife said that a bunch of this cryptocurrency that it's stored on encrypted computers. Even without that, they were still able to find more than 76,000 that he had taken money from assets from over 76,000 users, and then he put it on. It wasn't like he was smart or sophisticated. The way that Mr. Cotton managed to steal the funds was very straightforward. He had several profiles on other exchanges where he deposited Quadriga CX users' fund and then later unlisted them for his own gains, and even use it for margin trading, which is just gambling. But they have found so far $163 million that he stole. I told you before, I think he's just chilling on a beach with a couple $100 million. But I could be wrong. He could have been murdered of Crohn's disease in India with a death certificate that cost $250 to get made over there. It's one of the most popular. This guy's not smart. He's not sophisticated. Everything he's done is just textbook and stupid. And literally the most popular place to go to fake your death is where he went to in India. It's so, I mean, it's like he Googled how to do it in a Starbucks and then went and put this plan into action. Um, he went to this place in India, supposedly died of Crohn's disease, and or which is basically, I think, really bad diarrhea, and all this money was missing because he had it with him, supposedly on some hardware wallets. So he went to India and took hundreds of millions of dollars in crypto on hardware wallets. Just kept in his pocket or put him in, in his luggage, and then died there. So it was all gone. And people were supposed to just kind of, well, okay, that's cool. And that's not happening. That didn't happen. Shut down. Canadian government's, investigating it. Obviously, someone hired Ernst & Young to investigate it, and a lot more is coming out. A lot more will come out, and I will report it to you. This is kind of funny. Zuckbucks. You can go to zuckbucks.cash. It's a website that's mocking Libra and Zuckerberg. It's pretty funny. It's a token that they say is absolutely worthless, and if you're gonna, just throw your money away on Libra, you might as well just throw your money away and get some Zuckbucks. It's really straightforward. It's a very funny website. You should check it out. And they really they do kind of hit home the point of that Facebook has stolen so much of people's identity and just had terrible business practices, and now they want to create a currency and disguise it as a cryptocurrency to just take it to the next level. It's hilarious. Some good news to end on. The number of crypto ATMs has rose around the globe. It soared to over 5,000, which that's still not a lot, but 5,000 is a lot from years. I think it was like doubled in the past year. Total number of cryptocurrency dispensing ATMs across the globe has reached a peak of over 5,000. 5,006, according to a reputed news source. Statistics reveal that around 6 new Bitcoin ATMs were erected per day over the past month or so. Most of these are in the United States. I think 64% are in the United States. And then Canada has about 680. So if you add in Mexico, North America, it's 74% of all the Bitcoin ATMs, that's a huge percentage. It's cool. I think it's they need to be more, and it's great and all that. But here's the caveat: it does create a centralized point of failure. When it comes to Bitcoin, if I have Bitcoin, nobody can mess with it. No one can take it. The government can come in, but they can't take it unless I give it to them. I have to give them my private key. I have to allow them to know how to get it. Whereas with these ATMs, the government can take the ATMs, which has happened. I think it's Russia took a bunch. Crypto mining clampdowns by state authorities. India's first cryptocurrency ATM was, of course, India, seized by authorities, and in the same year, Russian authorities took control of 22. Kind of, you can see why they're not a lot everywhere else except for North America, because in these other countries they can just easily take them. It reminds me of a friend of mine and my kids worked at these fake gambling places in my town, and a friend of mine works there now. But gambling is illegal in Texas. But since I was a kid, there's been these gambling halls, these like slot machines. They used to be like slot machines. This is before I'm old as shit. So this is before like the computer age. So it was like real slot machines, like poker and slot machines. And you would have to go in and buy like gift cards and things like that, and then you could use that. And you didn't win back then. You didn't win actual money. You actually won. It was like Chuck E. Cheese for adults. You won like points, and then you could cash them out for prizes when you left. But people so wanted to gamble in my state that they would do that and flock to it. And then the police would say, "Hey, this is gambling," and they shut it down. They even like did like Prohibition, Al Capone stuff, and went in, busted up windows, threw the machines out the windows. You know, the cops were out there beating them with bats, and then pictures were in the newspaper, just like Prohibition, like Al Capone. But over the years, there's been this like dance where these gambling parlors, they find a way around whatever laws were put down or ordinances, and then they open up. They're allowed to operate for a while, and then they're illegal. And then this lasts for like a month, 2 months, and then they work something out. I'm sure there's money being shifted around. It's government, for God's sake. And then they reopen with some minute little change, and then everything's fine for another 6 months to a year and a half, and then it all happens again. And I mean, this has been going on for a good 15, 20 years. It's ridiculous. But like my friend, they're closed right now. She had to get another job. I don't know if I said hi, Brenda, but hi, Brenda. So she's waiting to go back to work for all this, and they keep telling her, oh, we're gonna fix it, we're gonna fix it. But it's that central point of failure with these ATMs. If this is the only place where people can buy and sell their Bitcoin, first off, there's a huge markup, obviously, because these machines are making a ton of money. It's a lot. That's why education is so important, because it's a lot easier and smarter. You can just use your smartphone. But when it comes to cashing out in the United States, there's not a ton of options. There really is not. We have Coinbase, we got Gemini. I think we have 2 debit cards that are approved. One's BitPay. Shit. I'm going to have to blur that out. So anyway, one's BitPay, and I think there's one more. But there's so many other options, in other parts of the world. But still, they're growing. 5,000. That's about it for today. You guys take care. Still Sean. Thanks for stopping by. Please crush that like button. You guys take care, and I'll see you in the next video.